So today we'll be reading about the sternum. So this is the sternum. Let's take a close-up look. So the first part, we have three parts in the sternum, and the first part is the manubrium, and the second part, the longest part, is the body, and then we have the xiphoid process, which is marked into green in here. So let us see all the three parts one by one. At first we'll see the manubrium. This is the manubrium. This is the body, and this is the xiphoid process. So these are the three parts of sternum. So now let us have a close-up look in each of the parts. So at first we have the manubrium in here. This is the manubrium. So in the manubrium we have three notches. At first we have the jugular notch, and then we have the articulate of clavicle. Now what is clavicle? This is clavicle. The clavicle is also known as the collarbone. So the collarbone has to articulate with the manubrium, and this is the articulation site of clavicle with the manubrium. And then we have the third notch, which is the attachment for the first rib. So basically, if this is the manubrium, this is the jugular notch, and this one is the articulate for clavicle, and this one right here is the attachment for the first rib. As you can see, this is the first rib. So this both are the articulates for the first rib. That was all for manubrium. The manubrium then further divides into the body, and the attachment of the manubrium and the body is called as manubrial sternal or sternal angle. So the sternal angle is the joint that forms the manubrium and the body. Now let us see the body. So at first we have the articular demifacets for ribs 2. So this is the second rib over here, and this is the body, and here are the articular facets for the second rib. So this one is the articular facet for the second rib, which is also called as demifacets. We have the articular facets for the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rib. And then the line which is formed in between the facets are called as the transverse rigid. So this transverse rigid forms the body, and it appears like visible lines on the body. Lastly, we have the xiphoid process. And in the xiphoid process, we only have one articular site, only one articular facet, and the articular facet is for the seventh rib. Let us have a look in here. This is the xiphoid process, and this is the seventh rib. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was all for sternum. Let us have an overall look. At first, we have the articular site, the jugular notch, the manubrium, and the attachment for the first rib. We have the attachment of manubrium and the body, which is called as the sternal angle. We also have the articular site for the second rib. On the body, we have the articular site for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rib. And then we have the xiphoid process, where we have the facet for the seventh rib. So that was the sternum.